he also was really drawn to touchy subjects. So it's like a brutal murder. Yeah.
He got pleasure in being dangerous.
Yeah. How many anal rape jokes did we hear? How many,
including, I must bring it up, the Swedish German.
That became
Andy Richter, the Swedish German.
That became a thing. Yeah, and actually, Conan and I were talking about this yesterday.
I had forgotten about this, and of course, you said that you sometimes see it online.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, let's hear about that because you know me, I'm in the nose cone of the rocket.
Right.
I'm at the top of the pyramid.
Right. Your ivory tower. There's a lot of clouds underneath your window.
I'm up there counting my gold coins. I can't be concerned with what you're doing down in the moat.
No, people. I mean, every weekly, someone will just arbitrarily just call me a Swedish German. And it was
explain what that means.
I know. Well, I mean, I know they're Norm fans because Norm would do, and Norm was also like kind of a traditionalist. So he did the, talk to the talk show host, but then there's this guy over here, this one. Let's make fun of him.
Yeah.
And a lot of his jokes, like I say, he was drawn to the things that you're not supposed to say. So a lot of his jokes were about being queer, gay porno. Mm-hmm. This fellow over here, he enjoys the gay porno. Mm-hmm. And that became a thing with me. And at one point, he was talking about your ethnicity, you're Irish, I'm Scottish, what are you? And I said, I'm Swedish German. And he, for some reason, was like, really? And I was like, yeah, well, why would I make that up?
I'm Scottish. I'm a Scot. You're Irish.
Yes.
What are you?
Swedish German.
Swedish German? Are you really?
Yeah, really. Why would I lie about that? It's not funny.
It's very odd
It's a very strange lie. I put one over on those people. Yeah.
Swedish German. But that then later became a euphemism for gay. Yeah. The old prospector comes to town and wants a prostitute, but no, there's no prostitutes. There's just Andy Richter, the Swedish German.
And I've been in that mine for a hell of a long time, and I'm only flesh and blood. I need a woman. Well, the bartender says, hell, there ain't no women in this town. If you want to do any of that business, all we got is Andy Richter, the Swedish German.
It's outrageous because it's Norm. It's outrageous because it's on a talk show.
And it's you.
And it's me. Yeah. But and I think that some people think that I was somehow, and somebody else, a friend of mine pointed out, there's nothing, you can't do anything with that.
Right.
There's nothing to do with that when Norm MacDonald says, this fellow over here, when it would go to hey, Conan, have you met his wife?
But then you did say, at least I had my dignity, and says, you were raped.
Yeah, he goes to rape,
Yeah.
And
my God.
Got to be all secret. Nobody. I say nobody can know about this. Bartender says, well, 4 people know about it. How do you figure that? He says, I don't know about it. He says, you'll know about it. Andy Richter, the Swedish German, will know about it. And the fella that has to hold down Andy will know about it.
At least you left me my dignity.
Yeah.
I like the way that story ended.
Yeah,
that was a nice.
You weren't gay.
Right. Yeah. Well, but that's not beside the point.
You were raped.
No, it's more. It's more that I wasn't prostituting.
And I said, but I never was that crazy about that because I would think, I'm sitting there and we're in a studio and we're laughing about it now. And it is the point of that joke is this fella's a queer.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very old-fashioned retrograde joke that we just don't do anymore.
Right.
And some jokes that we don't do anymore, we don't do them anymore because they shouldn't be done.
Right.
And we shouldn't have been doing them in the first place. So I was always thinking about the gay people that work on the Conan O'Brien show. Yeah. How do I look them in the face after being there and hardy-harring about the punchline being that I'm a gay fella? And and we're thinking about the people in my family who are gay. If they're going to watch that, how are they going to think when the real bottom line, what's funny about that is that I was supposedly a homosexual. And that I was, which to me, I always was it's like saying, this fellow over here, he doesn't want anybody to know it, but he's a secret Jew. his kitchen's full of matzahs. You know, it's like you would go like, what are you talking about? You know, what is that? How is that funny?
My kitchen's full of
I know,
matzahs.
but you're not a secret. But you know what I mean? It made me uncomfortable, not because I was afraid that people would think I was gay, because if I was gay, everybody would know that I was gay. It made me uncomfortable because there were people out there in the audience whom I love and care about, who would be left thinking like, what's so terrible about me that I am a joke, that I'm a punchline, you know, that how I am and who I am is a punchline to a joke. But that was when you're the kind of comic that Norm is, and you are going after any uncomfortable subject, and you're like, oh, let me get in there and you know, roam around and really get my elbows.
Right.
You know, it's gonna be ugly sometimes.
Yeah, and
it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Yes.
He also really enjoyed being around other comedians. Like, that's where he seemed to really come alive. I mean, he was a stand-up, but he also really liked being on in a you know, a situation with other comedians. And I've had people say to me, like, did it bother you? Because he, you know, like I said, I would be the butt of the joke sometime. And I would say, like, no, that's him. That's like practically like him showing love to me.
Yeah.
Like, he would not insult me if he thought that I, you know, was somehow inferior.
It's like being insulted by Rickles.
Yeah. It's like he's inviting me to play when he's making fun of me.
Yesterday night, like, because I'm trying to get into fitness. So for the past 2 days, like, I was doing those weights and all that stuff. So then I was like, yeah, I'm going to run. And then I looked on the computer about running, and they said barefoot running was good.
Yep.
So I barefoot ran on this sidewalk, and then I cut my foot. And then I had to walk back like a half a mile with a cut foot, so now my foot's all weird.
Yeah, that doesn't. They are saying that barefoot running is the way to go. In fact, they have these ridiculous shoes that protect the bottom of your foot, but each individual toe. But I've thought that often. If you're a man from the Western world, your feet are not exposed that much to rocks and glass. It's not like in Kenya where they run for, you know,
that's what Steve was
30
saying.
miles. Yeah. So yeah, we're very susceptible to what is on the ground. I mean, you could end up with tetanus. You could step on something infected with something. My suggestion to you would be to run with shoes.
That's what Steve's worried about, because I just put some water on it, but my feet are still
water.
My feet are still filthy.
Oh yeah,
like the bottom of them look like homeless guys' feet.
Oh really? Now, have you bathed since the run?
I like soaked it, but you know, like it's the black, that it's deep, that black. Whatever,
like tar and asphalt.
It's like dug into your skin now.
Yeah.
So you're getting very much into fitness, because we taught you. By the way, you were great when we talked to you on the phone. Unfortunately, the guy producing it didn't have your voice in any of it, so we couldn't play it.
Really?
Yeah, but you were. But so if any of this seems redundant, I apologize. I'm sorry that you had to get up to do that. Norm MacDonald, by the way, 2 shows tonight at the Wilbur Theater. You can get tickets at thewilbur.com or call Ticketmaster at 1-800-745-3000. So since when and why has exercise become this passion of yours?
3 days ago.
Yeah. Like what occurred to you where you're like, you know what, I need to start running outside and lifting weights and researching this stuff?
Well, I had these weights that somebody gave to me a long time ago, and so I was lifting those for a couple days. I was starting to feel really good. Then I went for a swim, and then that was like the night before last, and then I was like, yeah, everything's going to be different now. It was horrible. So you're working out now and stuff, right?
Yeah, how about you?
I worked out a couple times. I liked it when I was young. I didn't have, you didn't have to work out. You were just in good shape.
Yeah.
And I was in my best shape back then. I think I was seriously, when I was like, when I was 1. That's when I
reached your peak when you were 1.
My God, I look great. You wouldn't know me now. You see me back then. I was young and fresh.
I can imagine.
Even for my age, people would come up to me and go, what are you, 0?
I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
Oh, no, in every way.
In every single way. So I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms, you know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them. You know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt. You know, you just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Now, folks, I don't like to brag, but like Schwarzenegger, I did a little bodybuilding back in the day, too. But I'm guessing you guys wouldn't want to see that, though, would you? Okay, all right, sure. Let's hope that doesn't live on the YouTube forever, long after I'm dead, out of context.
Some days we get closer, things that we never really needed, promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over if we never got a chance.
I never worked out or anything like that because, you know, I always felt like you can't, like if you're a dude, you know, you can't really, the ladies don't seem to care, at least that's what they say. And then also, I don't think you can get like a perfect body. I think if you're a lady, you can get a perfect body. But if you're a dude, I don't think you can get like a perfect body on account of you got like every dude seems to have one of those like a sack, you know, a sack, right? And so, no matter how perfect your body is, if you got a sack, you know, it doesn't look very good. You know, you don't have a good-looking body, basically. You know, no matter what. Like you show me any nude dude, go, hey, look at that guy's body. I go, good God, what's that fucking thing? That guy's got a sack on him. You know, it's not a good-looking body. You ever see a guy with a good-looking sack? You know, yeah. You hear a guy go, hey, Bob, you know what your best feature is? Me and the guys were talking about it. Your sack. Holy Lord, that's... You doing something different with your sack lately or something? God damn, that looks good. Good-looking sack you're toting around there, I'm telling you. Right? You can't work out on that or anything. You got no machine, you got no sack of steel. They're just giving up on that, man. That's why I'm surprised the fucking those plastic surgeons. Why are they working on the sack, man? Guy goes like, man, I got a little thing here, a line under my eye. I'm gonna get that taken care of. Meanwhile, huge ancient old sack hanging out. Yeah, that's my problem, man. That eye thing. That little crow's feet there, man. I get rid of them, that'll be good. Your sack's old too, man. That's older than you, your sack. I don't know how that worked out. You know what I mean? You can have a dude like 25, his sack's like 100 years old. Right? Sometimes you turn to it for advice. You ever do that? You go, right? You go, what would you do, wise old sack? You know? He's like, I tell you something, son. Shacks are really old because they're like 80. Their Shacks like 400 or 500 years old. Like a fucking old, like a tree or something. It's not like a tree, but trees are old. I read that in a book.
I got to work on the Norm show. His kind of short-lived sitcom. I think it was only on for 2 seasons, maybe. And it was him, Max Wright, the dad from Alf, Laurie Metcalf, awesomely, and Artie Lang. It was maybe the most dysfunctional cast I've ever been lucky enough to work with. Laurie hated being there, even though she's a genius actor and a genius sitcom actor, but she hated it. She hated the cameras, she hated the audience, she hated everything. She just wanted to move back to Chicago and do theater with her daughter at the Steppenwolf. Max Wright is a crazy town. He's the guy that would miss table reads, and he would just be like in New Hampshire in a ditch, like his car driven off the side of the road with a lap full of empty champagne bottles. And then he was famously on the cover of the National Enquirer, one of those rags, hidden cameras, doing crack with gay homeless guys. Awesome stuff.
Ditches, they're not. Ditches used to be a happening spot, basically up until maybe the 1970s, I want to say. Things were going on in ditches, but now, it's, it's trash or nothing.
Yeah, it's all, these days, it's all ravines. It's mostly a ravine kind of situation now.
Back in my day, we had a ditch and we were happy about it.
Yeah. Luxury. We used to dream about being in a ditch. So on the night of the show, because Norm didn't really rehearse that hard. Laurie Metcalf, on the other hand, because she is a consummate professional actor, she really rehearsed. She took notes, and every rehearsal throughout the sitcom week, she was trying things out and really digging in and like experimenting and exploring. And everybody else is like comics and lazy, and you can I'll be funny on the night. And Norm didn't really rehearse that much. And before the show, this is the first time I'd ever seen a sitcom do this. And we were shooting at Warner Brothers. And also, if the police are on their way, Spencer, make sure that you warn a brother.
How often does that come up? I mean, that's great, but how often can you fit that into? I
saw a dude with that shirt with the WB logo, the WB, and it said, "If the police come in, warn a brother." It's a great shirt. We met in the green room where normally it's reserved for the network exec mucky mucks to watch the show and pass judgment from on high. The whole cast met up there, and guest stars like myself. I was just a guest star on it, and to do a speed read before the show, which I'd never seen before, like to really speed read the entire episode. And I got the impression that it was basically for Norm. That then is this story ringing a bell to either of you? Did I just tell this story on the show?
Not just, but yeah. Then you said, weren't you talking to Artie Lang about how he how he just gets blasted and gets to me it sounded like I imagined like a moving dolly, and he was just on the dolly, and he just rolled him in.
No,
I don't know.
He was gone for an hour and a half. The audience was loaded in, so I know I'm repeating myself now. But we were all worried about it, Norm. I'm like, does this happen a lot? And Artie offered me a cigar. I'm like, I don't smoke, but can I take one for a friend? He's like, yeah. He gave me this nice Nat Sherman cigar. And or little cigarillo kind of thing. And if you can imagine, I knew Artie a little bit, but Artie was he seemed like the level one, the level-headed guy in the cast comparatively to everybody else in this weird-ass group of people. And Norm came in, he had done a bunch of Xanax, and then when the taping started, he was perfect. He was absolutely perfect. There's a good story Sam Simon told me, because Sam Simon was executive producer on that show. And Norm, as funny as he is, one of the greatest comics of all time, and certainly a comics comic, and he will certainly be missed by everybody. He's funny. Norm's not a great dramatic actor, apparently, and there was a scene when he fucks up like his love interest in the show, and I'm blanking on the actress's name, but he steps in it. He does something stupid, and she's like, you know what? I don't ever want to talk to you again. Like this is over. I was like, fuck you. This is the end. And she slams the door and walks out and slams the door behind her. And that's the end of the scene. And I think that was a commercial break. And Norm in the script is supposed to look very sad. So she would do the line in rehearsal, and she would go, I never want to talk to you again. Slam. And then Norm would just stand there. And just waiting for someone to yell cut. And Sam would go, okay, so Sam geniusly found a way to make Norm act sad. Sam took his watch off and took his wristwatch off and placed it on the floor about 5 feet to the right of Norm. So when the actress, he goes, Norm, when she leaves, watch her walk out, slam the door, take a beat, and then look at my watch. So that's how they did it. Like teaching a dog to act.
But that's another.
And then he just went, and it worked. Fucking genius.
But that's part of what's so crazy is because it simultaneously felt like it was so well put together, so rehearsed, but also so natural. Like he didn't even know what he was saying was funny, like he doesn't even get the joke. But it was always simultaneously. You could almost you could never pin him down. And I don't know. I think he seems, especially now that he's gone, he definitely seems like a hard guy to pin down. I don't know.
Norm MacDonald is that's a great one right there.
Yeah, Norm was quite a guy. He was so unique. He was so peculiar too. Norm was very needy in a way, and I'm not speaking out of. I mean, everybody knew that he was needy. He always needed a handler.
Yes,
because he just I don't know if he didn't know how to do things or he just didn't feel like doing it. Like go on tour with him, he couldn't find his passport, he couldn't find his shoes, he couldn't find this and that.
Are you serious?
I call up Norm. I said, Norm, do you want to go to Palm Springs with me? It's a 3-day Jim McClain course. Yeah. So I pick him up. He rides out there with his feet out the window all the way, listening to Johnny Cash. Remember that? Yeah. And we get out there, and the next morning I call him to wake him up to go. He's sound asleep. I got to call him 3 times and knock on his door. And then he gets up and he goes, I can't find my shoes. He's like being a little kid.
Sounds like every day getting him to this podcast.
He didn't drive. He didn't have no driver's license. You had to point him in the right direction where to go. And this was without doing drugs or anything. And he loved to gamble. And again, I'm not speaking out of school on that one either. He loved to gamble. And I learned not to loan Norm money because he wouldn't pay it back. And we were in Vegas once, and he asked to borrow $500. So I gave him the $500 thinking he'd pay it back. And he went off to gamble. He came back the next morning. I saw him for breakfast. I said, Norm, you got the $500? I had you last night. He goes, oh, you'll get it. You'll get it. The next day, Norm, don't forget the $500. You'll get it. And then the third day, I go, Norm, you got the $500? You keep putting me off. But, I mean, this disrespectful not paying me back. He goes, what are you complaining about? You only lost $500. I lost $5,000. Good Lord.
I remember him when he hosted the ESPYs. That's where I met him. Yeah. When he hosted the ESPYs, and that was off the charts. I mean, his famous joke about the Heisman Trophy.
What was it?
The joke was about the Heisman Trophy that
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson, right?
He's like, Charles Woodson is here.
And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? Huh? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case, all bets are off.
That must have been a great night.
Yeah.
People would say how brave and courageous Norm's comedy was, but I just call it poor judgment.
Yeah. They asked me to host this thing for Norm MacDonald, and a bunch of people spoke. Mm-hmm. And everyone was saying really great stuff, and a lot of people were funny. But man, Kevin Ewan had the greatest line, because a lot of us were talking about how brave Norm was, and he really was. He was fearless as a comedian. Yeah. And then Kevin Ewan gets up and he says, he's saying very funny things, and he just says, a lot of people up here are talking about how Norm MacDonald was brave in his comedy. I think of it more as a lack of judgment.
Robert said they got banned from a Biloxi casino once.
Oh, because
and
of Norm?
I thought because Norm like was counting cards or something. He said no, because he totally torched the room of all the whales. Like he made fun of them in a way that was like he didn't read the room. And he absolutely did that poor judgment thing, and that's why they got banned from a Biloxi casino.
Even on his memorial, 10 people walked out. You ever follow him on Twitter, his golf commentary?
Oh, my God.
It was so great.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, he did it just like an announcer.
It was just great. Norm.
Tiger dancing on the green with...
he was just the all-time best, man. No question about it. I do remember him jumping out of like a stage door at Radio City Music Hall when, we were all getting ready for the night, and he was asking about a score of a game. Like he just thought like I would be like his own personal sports phone. Like, hey, who's winning that game?
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
Version of Canada, but one of your other counterparts who's Canadian that you didn't mention there, Norm MacDonald, I can't see Norm having the same kind of sentimental attachment to Canada, or did that come up?
No, I don't hear him talking that much about Canada. I don't know if he remembers that he's from Canada.
He does occasionally. He seems very proud. He and I correspond sometimes, and I think it's mostly, I'm a fan of his and he knows it, but I think it's because I'm Canadian as well. I think he's got pride for it, but I mean, he's an enigma to so many of us. You've been on his show. I haven't gone through the entire archive. Have you gone hiking with Norm yet?
Well, funny you should ask. You're right. Norm is an enigma, and he's a friend, and I do like him. And we've toured together before. But, we were out in the Grand Cayman Islands about 2 months ago doing the Kaboo Festival out there. And I said, Norm, why don't we do a hike? Because I've been trying to get him, and he's been saying, yeah, he'd do one. And so he says, yeah, let's do one. I said, we'll do it on the beach. So we were all set to do it, and I go... I do the intro on the beach, before he gets there, and the outro and all that stuff. And then I go take him out to lunch, and then we finish lunch. He goes, I got to get my hat. And he goes back to his room, and I'm waiting for him at the elevator, and he texts me saying, I'm watching the golf tournament right now. Tiger's playing. And I said, okay. And then 10 minutes later, he texts me. He goes, I can't go. I got diarrhea from that sandwich you bought me. So I never got to hike with him.
Oh, man. I have a similar sort of story. I mentioned we exchanged messages, and I asked him to be on the show. I've asked him a few times, and he always says, certainly. He'll direct message me back, certainly. And I'll say, okay, when? Give me a day and time, and then nothing. And then he'll write me something about something else. He doesn't. This is a thing with Norm, right? He can't commit to meeting with people. It seems.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't really know, but he's a funny guy. Of course, he's very entertaining, and he is kind of quirky, and he's an enigma, and that's part of the thing that makes him so, I guess, endearing and interesting, and entertaining.
And then if you want to give that to me.
Oh, right. You want to do it? Hey, Norm MacDonald here in the Seattle Demora Theater. Everybody always wants to know what it's like backstage. It's sometimes better than this. Now, apparently I have a Seattle fan club. And I didn't know, I knew nothing of this, but they've sent me stuff, so I thought I would open it up live so that you see it the very time I see it. Oh, it seems to be a long letter. Oh, as the founder of the Seattle chapter of the Norm MacDonald Fan Club, and then if I find something else, we'll put it up. A picture of a lady. It's a Norm from, I don't know.
I got to meet Norm, and I also got to prove my fucking fanhood to him, and I made him happy. So it's really special, and I have it on camera. But my final photo on Tinder is a photo of Norm actually holding my headshot that I signed and left for Norm, a screenshot that he posted on his own Instagram story. So Norm never posted Instagram stories. And what happened is this. So I flew to LA one time, literally leaving letters at every comedy club I knew Norm frequented about my fan club and with little gifts. He never got them because when he made it to the Moore Theater, which I pulled every string I have in Seattle to get this damn gift for him in there, I designed a shirt for him and a shirt for his mom, a picture of them together with their favorite foods, a fudgesicle and a banana. It's really cute. And just to jump ahead, his mom actually wore the shirt in all the videos after that they ever made together.
Whoa. Why did God make only one Yogi Bear?
Because when he tried to make a second one, he made a boo-boo.
A Brazilian teenager suing Michael Jackson for running him over with his van displayed his scars for a photographer this week. Jackson said through a spokesman that the suit was baseless, but he'd like to see more photos. Well, there may be trouble in paradise. Lisa Marie Presley confirmed this week that she and Michael Jackson live in separate residences 50 miles away from each other. Lisa Marie was quoted as saying, "I guess being married to a homosexual pedophile wasn't such a great idea after all." Hey, Lisa Marie Presley said that she and Michael are still together and happy this week. She also made a revelation that she is actually a 9-year-old boy. While in the hospital, Michael Jackson had his room specially decorated with 2 huge photos of Shirley Temple. But don't get the wrong idea here. Michael Jackson is a homosexual pedophile. The nation is still reeling from Thursday's bombshell announcement that Lisa Marie Presley has filed for divorce from Michael Jackson. According to friends, the two were never a good match. She's more of a stay-at-home type, and he's more of a homosexual pedophile. This week, in a secret ceremony in Australia, Michael Jackson was married for the 2nd time. Asked what makes his new bride special, the King of Pop said, quote, "She has taught me about the power of imagination, like imagining that a grown woman is a 10-year-old boy." You know he's a homosexual pedophile, right? You understand? And yes, it is true, Michael Jackson is going to be a father. Already he has hired an entire staff of nannies, nurses, and extra bodyguards, which hopefully will protect the child from Michael Jackson. The New York Post has reported that Michael Jackson wants his closest friend in the world, Elizabeth Taylor, to be the godmother of his child. However, those close to the pair worry that this could eventually lead to heated arguments over whether the child will be molested or eaten. And according to his dad, the 3-day-old boy is a regular chip off the old block. In fact, he's already molested a 1-day-old boy. This week, a London tabloid published the first exclusive pictures of Michael Jackson's baby, secretly taken by a guest at the King of Pop's Neverland Ranch. Upon seeing the pictures, Michael said, "This is not my baby." Then quickly added, "I'm not saying he isn't hot. He's hot. It's just not my kid." "I'm not saying he's a very sexy infant. It's just not mine. I would love to have sex with him. He's just not my child," is all I'm saying. In next week's Life magazine, pop star Michael Jackson appears in a pictorial with his infant son. The The photos show Jackson changing, feeding, and cradling the baby boy in what Jackson himself promises will be Life magazine's sexiest issue ever.
Michael Jackson. He said, I heard a quote where he said, I don't care if my child is a boy or a girl, as long as it's a boy. He's going to name it. He said he doesn't know what he's going to name it. He said he thinks if it's a girl, he's going to name it Sharon. Really? Yeah. And if it's a boy, he's going to have sex with it. That's what he said.
Yeah. I mean, even like you say, your unwanted WNT allegations against Michael Jackson. There had to be kids that were like, well, this is pretty cool. Yeah. This is not some old priest. And I was doing a bunch of jokes about Michael Jackson. And he said, Norm, you don't want to get sued by Michael Jackson. And secretly I did. I didn't tell Lauren. But I thought, how fucking cool would that be? Sure. I'm in court and there's Michael Jackson on the other side. Yeah. It's Michael Jackson against Norm. That has to help my profile.
What's your favorite curse word?
Edit it or whatever.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, yeah. What favorite curse word?
Motherfucker.
Yeah?
Because there's a lot going on in that word.
There's a lot going on. I haven't heard sucker in a long time. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. It's got a lot of oomph to it. Trying to bring that one back.
Yeah. Well, it's confusing now.
Right, yeah. Exactly. That's true.
Yeah. Because you don't know what exactly.
Right. But yeah.
But motherfucker is like, the first guy that thought of that. But I guess scientists, not scientists, I'm such an idiot.
Curse word scientist.
But psychiatrists say you want to your mother. And, you know when you hear these things, you go,
it's just unpleasant.
Why is it that grosses me out? If that's true, why is it that me and all my friends are completely grossed out if we want to our mothers? Plus, why are we not our mothers? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh my God. Next one.
Well, those are the motherfuckers that fucking introduced crack into my neighborhood last month.
Do you have a crack problem?
Well, now I do, because those fuckers introduced crack into the neighborhood. You didn't read the book?
No, but I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it from me, because I read it. God damn,
that was a word you kept using, right?
I mean, no offense to him, but he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I fucking people, you gotta listen to Lenny Bruce. So I get an album, I can't sit through the motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Garfield the cat. The motherfucker doesn't think I know about every fucking episode of Garfield. Okay, talking earlier to you in the hall, and I said, I remember the first time you fucked up. He begins his little press conference by apologizing for Get Smart. And I said, I like this motherfucker.
She didn't know who he was.
You fucked it up. God damn it all, motherfucker.
See, you don't even have your own stories. You take other people's stories and fuck them up.
I'm fucking with you, buddy. I got you, you motherfucker. No, I think you'd be very awesome at that. And because I miss that one-on-one that Bob Costas, you know.
Yeah, me too. And you don't see it anymore. And Charlie Rose is not really that.
Oh, well, he's interviewing some guy you don't know. Right. I don't want to see that fucking guy, some Belgian motherfucker that wrote a book.
I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go of everything in the past. I'm scared of letting go.
Son of a bitch, motherfucker! Ah! You sleep with my fucking wife? You're my best fucking friend, Adam. God damn you, motherfucker! It's stunning how Jay Leno outfoxed you again.
Yeah, he's good.
I know. You think, like, everybody's like, oh, I'm Jay Leno. They do the voice and everything. Meanwhile, he's the shrewdest guy. He outfoxed. You're in good company. He outfoxed Johnny Carson.
David Letterman. Every 10 years, some redheaded rube shows up. So that's the phone call you got.
Yeah.
Your agent's like, there's good news and bad news. You are doing the Tonight Show. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But remember that discussion where you said, I'll never have to follow Lennon again?
You came over, didn't you?
A little fighting, a little fornicating. What's he, an old pirate all of a sudden? Ah.
You notice how I didn't say it's 11?
Hey!
No, because it's 11:30.
It's that Tonight Show now, buddy boy.
That's what I'm trying to point out. It's 11:30.
Thanks for pointing that out. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got more.
Hey, Yoko Ono is not mad about you this week.
Mad about you? Okay, that way I remember.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. She'll be playing a conniving bitch who broke up the Beatles.
All right, hey.
Is she that beloved? It's interesting what you say when you go, like, America's the greatest country in the world or something, because, like, imagine, like, you're just saying that on account of you live there, because let's say you hear a guy who goes, hey, man, Kenya, that's the greatest country in the world. You better believe that.
Hey.
Norm's working blue.
No.
Okay, here's a windmill.
Wait, you're not
Norm! Your two options are attack and fly away.
I love you. Let's bump the pit bulls.
Not salad tossing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to return to my former sexual lifestyle.
Well, yeah, what's that?
It's trying to find a lady and convincing her to let me lie down on top of her.
That sounds so romantic, the way you describe it. I want to lie down on top of you and take a nap? What do you...
I'm just saying I'm very simple. I don't need no, I don't need no where they whip your balls or anything.
Okay, all right.
I'll tell you this.
What's that, Norm?
My doctor told me I'm on the same dose that they give to the donkey for the second show in Tijuana.
Okay, now listen.
For the second show, you know?
Why do I continue to have you on? And yet I love it.
No, the second show.
You already started the wrong end. Look, that's the bit there.
All right. Well,
So just top and tail it like that. Look, come on, wake up, stand there.
I'm up to 4 segments. Why, you didn't tell me a number of segments?
No.
He wants the edges off, I think. Hey!
Turn it around. Okay.
What?
Come on, no. You're going to be tight.
He does it and then goes, look what Norm did.
He's going to be nice and tight.
This is not going to air. This will never be seen by anybody. This will never be seen by anybody.
Just concentrate.
We've learned.
Norm, you're making me feel dizzy standing there looking busy. Right, here we go. Okay, come on.
I'll tell you one thing, man. I'm not eating this.
We're even having a cooking segment at this point. Why would there even be a cooking segment? Why would people even have a cooking segment with you people? Here we go.
When did you hit bottom? I said, I don't know. The cool part of it was the girls all get up, right? And all their stories are all the same. Whenever they hit bottom, every story is the same. They're like, when I hit bottom, I a guy for a drink, and you're like, oh. Every guy.
Couldn't we just take them out of the studio for the Norm part and then bring...
Forget about that. I got to do brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father, he is my father's son. She goes, I don't know. Who is it? Some cab driver back in New York.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer remains.
True, man. One time my buddy was with a hooker. He was telling me.
Wait a minute, you have a hooker story?
Yes.
Here we go.
And he said that he phoned me up once. He was in Vegas, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm with this hooker, but I think she ripped me off, man, because she took the money, right? Oh no, yeah. She said something about like I'm gonna go into the bathroom to get a towel to wipe off your balls or something."
Now in this cancel culture and everything, I have to say, I no longer take that position with O.J. Simpson. He was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. I accept that. I see him as the greatest rusher. That's all he's guilty of to me, is the greatest rusher in the history of the NFL. Yep. Maybe I was the greatest rusher to judgment.
Now, you know what my friend told me? He goes, you got to get woke, you know? Because I'm not woke. But why is it I have to believe fucking, just because some person believes some fucking shit? You know what I mean? Like I was talking to this lady, fucking, that was a man, whatever the fuck it was. It was a man, but it was clearly a lady. So the man says to me, because I'm Christian, the man says to me, how can you believe in an invisible man in the sky? I go, well, I believe you're a fucking man. Ain't that far a fucking jump. Shouldn't she have to believe what I say, or? How dare you say Jesus Christ? How dare you, you fucking ignorant. Anyways, that's the old me. I got my woke jokes. I wrote them on my magic phone. I just started today. But nothing funnier than woke jokes. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody laughs. God damn it, where are my fucking excellent woke jokes? Fuck you, I can't turn my goddamn... You know that, whatever. I have notes on my magic phone and I write them down. But maybe I can just remember it off the top of my head. Here it is. First of all, with woke jokes, you gotta remember one thing. They're not funny. But they're important. And they're said with a great deal of either anger or, you know. So here it is. Hey! Listen, I don't know what's happening to us as Americans, but there's some things that are happening that are wrong. And not who we are as Americans. Now, you take the southern border, and what's happening at the southern border? Well, that is not who we are as America. You know, you may not know this, but there at the southern border right now, today, there are children as young as 2 or 3 years old that are being separated from the people that bought them from the parents or the cartel or whatever, and the kid gets through, and then the cartel guy can't get through, and a deal's a deal. It's not who we are as Americans. Ripped from the arms. I don't think they do that every time, by the way. You know, journalists used to just say, and then they take and now it's like, rip. Is that a baby in your arm? Rip that baby out, and then we'll throw it over there. Isn't actually what any retard believes happens? That's another thing I'm not supposed to say. I got in trouble, I said retard, but anyway, I got in trouble for everything. Like, I said retard, man. So, anyway, I got this reviewer guy all mad at me. He said, fucking Norm said retard. He goes, and the reviewer said, I mean, this just shows how stupid Norm is. And then I said to myself, hey, what about the stupid people?
It's not their fault. They're stupid. This guy's insulting fucking all stupid people. I guess you're allowed to insult stupid people unless they're real stupid and they're retards. I don't get it. You tell me the rules and I'll do my best. And context means something, right? Apparently not. Like, I remember when I said retard in my act because I remember the joke. And here was the context. You tell me if this makes any difference. The context of me using the word retard was, I love retards. Is that hate speech? Can that possibly be defined as hate speech? I'll tell you the precise thing I said. I said that because the reason is I do love retards. And I use the word retard because it's just, I know what it means. It means arrested in your development, sometimes retarded. Stop, slow down, you know? I could say Down syndrome, but then I'd be worried people think I'm a fucking doctor or something, and then and they'd want me to hit their knee with a hammer or something. I don't got time for that. By the way, why do they still do that? What the fuck? How retarded are we? Like, you go to a doctor and he goes, okay, I'm going to hit your knee with a hammer now. You're like, okay, excellent, good idea. Then he hits your knee with a hammer. You're like, my knee! And he's like, excellent. He writes it down on a piece of paper. It's like, that's exactly how you're supposed to react when struck on the knee by a hammer. Good, good. Good, you're not paralyzed. That's good. We can just check that box. But anyway, so that's why I don't say Down syndrome, I say retarded. So, but I love retards, and this is the reason. I had a retard lived I live in an apartment, so 3 apartments away from me. There was this retard. I think he was like 22 years old, lived with his parents, and I was trying to become his friend, and his parents wanted nothing to do with that. For obvious reasons. Because we live in this cynical world where I didn't want to fuck him, obviously. What I wanted is I thought some of his happiness would wear off, because see, retards are happy. That's why I envy them so much. That's why I love them. I mean, goddamn, if there was like an injection of retard juice I could take, I'd take it in a second. Because it's happiness. That's all we want, right? What do we want other than to be happy? And how often are we happy, you know? Once or twice. I mean, not in your life, but you know, like I'm happy when I wake up. I think it's because that's when there's all the hope. You know what I mean? I think that's when I'm happiest. I wake up and I'm like, goddamn. I'm glad I bought that Tempur-Pedic pillow. Goddamn, that was the best purchase of my life. But then that doesn't last long because the light comes in and then, you know, kind of your life comes in and it gets all over you like a fucking spider or whatever. Something. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened to me? Well, you ever look in the mirror? I'm not talking physically. I mean, like late at night or something, you turn the light on, you look in the mirror, you go, now what became of me? I used to be a nice fella. And at that point, I'd like to have a retarded friend, and he'd go, hey, I like bananas. I go, yeah, me too, goddamn. I never thought of it that way, man. They're yellow. You're fucking right, they're yellow. What do you say we go buy a fucking banana right now, me and you? Happiness, man, that ain't, that's hard.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, man, these days with your comedy, do you feel like you're walking on eggshells at all? Do you feel more like nervous about stuff you tweet and stuff you say just because of the climate we're in and everything that's happened?
Yeah, like we're gonna go do stand-up right now. It's mostly trying out new stuff. You don't have the freedom to just talk and free associate and then, you know, carve it back from there. Because usually the process would be,
You go way over the line.
Yeah.
And then you bring it, you know, and then people go, we hate you. And then
Yeah.
you take away all the parts where they hate you, and then you're left with the stuff that's not, you know, that's on the line but not over it.
Is your starting point a little bit more sort of tamer these days?
Oh, yeah. It's very calculated and thought out. And
Does that hurt your act, though?
yeah, it's way less funny.
Is that right?
Other than it being not as funny, it's wonderful. It doesn't hurt anyone's feelings anymore, but virtually no one laughs. So it's a trade-off.
But so that's really hurt your career in terms of the fact that you're an eggshell comedian. And I don't think like...
I'm an egg, is that a new term?
I just made it up just now. Shouldn't comedy be some sort of sacred place where you're allowed to say whatever's kind of on your mind, and like if it's funny then it's okay?
It used to be, you know, like Jerry Seinfeld always says, the audience will let you know.
Yeah.
You know, when it's gone too far, because they're a cross, you know, representation of the population.
Yeah.
But now it's not enough to get, you know, 99%. You have to get 100%. You know, most of the audience wants to be funny. Doesn't care about anything but that. They just want to escape.
Yeah.
But a tiny a group of people ruin it for everyone else.
And that's who you cater your performance to these days?
I cater my performance to a tiny group of people.
That's sad.
That hate me. Yeah, do you know Nikki Cox?
Yeah. Is she still with Jay?
She's with Jay Moore.
Yeah.
But when she was on my TV show, she was with Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm not a skilled interviewer. Let's fucking face it.
I'm not a skilled.
But what do you think is wrong? Wronger.
Wrong in
more wrong. What do you think is more wrong? Having sex with a child, human being, or an adult pig?
Like you've got to do one. That's the
You got to
options.
do one. Yeah, you're on a deserted island. But do you actually think that they would like a man's sperm?
A human.
A human being sperm? A woman?
Well, who?
A woman.
A woman would like a man's sperm. Well, yeah, she's been biologically programmed
In her
through
mouth?
millennia.
But
to
in your
eat
mouth,
pig
like,
cum.
isn't that stuff like living? Isn't that like those animals, little tiny tadpoles or something?
I didn't know it was going to have to get this deep. All right, then.
Are you doing this to be a funny thing, or do you really have to kind of
I'm doing
feel
it. No, I feel that I have an oral fixation. You know about that.
I
If
don't
it's not
have that,
this,
by the way.
If it's
I don't
not
like
this, I
sucking
go
cock.
straight. You don't like sucking
I don't like
cock?
sucking cock. I mean, I have done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. You know why I wouldn't like it?
Why?
Aren't those animals, like inside the cum? Like I remember
The sperm, you mean?
Yeah. So to me, like it's a bunch of animals and stuff. But you remind me of a guy that's good at fucking.
I love it.
Fucking and sucking. Let's say you had an exact twin. Uh-huh. Now Mary Willard, your wife.
Oh, here we go.
There could be a lot of...
Wouldn't you go like, how do you not find him attractive? Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
He looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
And he's much better at sucking and fucking. No.
I only smoke pot 4 times a week. You're just saying it casually. They're like, you smoke more than that. Like, relax. What are you afraid? I'm not admitting I'm like you.
4 times a week seems like a lot to me.
Does it really?
A little, yeah, but...
Well, it's all relative.
It's all relative,
Yeah, as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. But does it, as long as it's not hurting anybody, but what about the audience, the stand-up audience?
So back.
Aren't they the real victims?
What's your dream view?
You mean
the show, The View?
Yeah.
The
Who
guests?
what 4 or 5 ladies would you want on there?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Susan Yeagley. That's your wife. You didn't even recognize her name. It's your betrothed.
My betrothed.
I was
I had moved up from San Diego. Polly's like, come, move up. And then I had no place to live. So I slept in my truck for like 3 nights. And I slept at the parking lot at the Comedy Store. And I had no money, and I was broke.
Both?
Yeah. You hungry? I go,
Bad lieutenant.
Open your mouth. No, you didn't do
Like a baby bird.
Okay. So,
yeah, and then he...
so you said, yeah.
Yeah, I go, yeah, and he took me
Am I hungry? I'm broke and I have no money. What do you think? I'm hungry. I'm hungry, plus I want some food. Do you feel you have white privilege?
I'm not allowed to answer those questions. Well, being a old white guy with extra money.
Your great special that is on Netflix now, everybody should watch, is called
Straight White Male 60.
The young people won't like old people. When I was a kid, I got involved with Al Jolson when they brought. I didn't know who he was.
How old are you? What?
Well, no, not back in the 1920s. Yeah. I was just a kid when the jazz singer came out. Charlie Fox. He wrote the theme music to Happy Days, The Love Boat. Yeah. He wrote just about everything.
He must make a heck of a lot of money. Huh?
I'm going to ask him sometime. Just how much do you make?
What would Norman Lear say to that?
What?
I say, what would Norman Lear say to that?
Who's that?
Fuck! And now the whole set went quiet, and you hear people going, Santa just said fuck. Santa has just said fuck. And all these kids froze, and then they had a Disney guy. He said fuke. Fuke. It's a Swedish word. Means take a break.
We're supposed to take a break. And so he thought when you said take a break, that I would go, speaking of taking a break.
Yeah.
David Letterman. Apparently he's going to do this show.
Really? Oh my God. That'd be amazing.
And every actual talk show host will kill himself.
Yeah, I'll be on the news.
I love Mary Tyler Moore. And I know you were on her TV program. And then when she was your guest, there was this incredible chemistry. And was there ever anything romantic with her? I mean, she must have been very desirable to you. You ever lay down on top of her, I guess. I don't know.
Now wait a minute. You bring up a good point, Norm. The first one of the day.
Now you have a show for 33 years. Every day. You do that every day.
Yeah.
And then, so the show ends, and then that night, what do you think? You think about tomorrow's show?
No, it's funny because, as you must know, the human neuromuscular skeletal system is easily programmed, and after 2 or 3.
Sure, I knew that.
And so after
as soon as you said that first word, you could executive produce a show with Sebastian Mancow as the star.
I could do that. Yeah.
And
well, what fun is that though? Where's the fun part for me?
No, there's no fun for you.
There's no fun for me.
No, that's true. But what's the fun for you in giving a homeless guy spraying a handful of quarters and watching him dodge in and out of traffic? So there's no are there no bars like the same way as there were gay bars when gays were?
I couldn't go there.
Well, of course
Can't
not.
you see that?
I forgot.
Yeah, you and me hanging out at the trans bar. I just don't, I don't think it's going to work.
No.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays.
Oh yeah, well that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, I haven't come out yet. Hold on a second. I am firmly on the side of womanhood now, but I am not a woman, nor will I ever be. 3 sentences later. I use the women's restroom because I am a woman. I changed my gender on my birth certificate to female because I am a woman. So there's a little confusion there, right?
Not for me. What's wrong with that?
Well, here it says I am not a woman. Here it says I am a
I always get anxious when I'm on a plane and I see a much bigger celebrity than me, and I think, well, if this goes down,
is that
I'm going to get mentioned. I'm going to be like small print almost every flight. Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a second.
Unfortunately, the radio station launched the day after Princess Diana died, so it was it wasn't quite the sort of fanfare and celebration.
Now,
a bit like when Farrah Fawcett died, and then it was usurped by Michael Jackson.
Somebody told me the Queen murdered her.
Yes, she did. Yeah. Yes, that's well known in England, yeah. I'd like to apologise to the Queen.
England's not doing well financially.
Right.
Can't you get you call them your mates? They're friends.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world, they call them mates.
Sure.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
To what end?
Money.
Right. Are you an old sea captain? What is this shtick that you? Because I'm pretty sure I've watched some of these other editions of the show, and I'm pleased to see that I've broken from the rule of only having white blokes on the show, which seems to be you only have white men and Roseanne
because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Right. But it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It's allegedly. I still, feel that. I still feel in my heart, and I can only go by my heart, you know what I mean? I'm not a person that goes by my brain, I just go by my heart. That Bill Hader is ultimately unknowable.
Yes, that's true.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
You hear my
3 months in.
Did you hear my Wake Up Maggie? Maggie May?
Yeah.
By Rod Stewart.
Yes, I do.
Well, you want to hear my impression of Gordon Lightfoot doing that? First
Absolutely.
5 lines
Canadian hero, Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
She told me your riddle I'll never forget. Then she left with the answer I've never found yet.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back at school. I know I keep you amused, but I feel I'm being used. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore.
I was like he was here. That was unbelievable.
He has a very unsexy voice. It only works that time if you have a sexy voice.
Where does he rank in the Canadian pantheon?
He's pretty high up there.
Is he higher than Bryan Adams?
Oh, yeah. He's higher than Bryan Adams. I guess the highest is like Neil Young. He's the great granddaddy of them all.
I don't think I knew that Neil Young was Canadian.
Oh, yeah, man. I'll give you even a better story, than that. Every story's better than that story. No, but he was, his father, Scott Young, was a sports reporter for the Toronto Globe and Mail.
Yeah.
And he was one of our better sports scribes, He was a credit to the fifth estate, as they call sports writing. No. But anyways, he was an old fella,
Yeah.
A tough old bird, but a beautiful writer,
as was his son. So he was estranged from his son because he became a hippie. And then one day, Scott Young, at 55, was driving down the 401 in Toronto, and the song came over the radio, Old Man, Take a Look at My Life, that he had written, you know, for his father, and his father phoned him, and they've been close ever since. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. Yeah. I never knew what the genesis was behind that song.
Yeah. Old man, take a look at your life.
Emotional.
I'm a lot like you are.
Wait a
second. Okay, whatever.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Gordon Lightfoot, one of my favorite singers and performers. He's also a close personal friend of mine. Phone him and ask him. He'll tell you. You know, if Gordon were here tonight, and if he dressed himself, and if he played the piano, and if his favorite singer were Rod Stewart, you might hear something like this.
We're back with our remaining moments on Larry King Live. We bring two of the great talents, both formerly of Saturday Night Live, with us. David Spade is in Los Angeles. Norm MacDonald is here in New York. And now...
Hello, Norm.
Say hello to him.
Hi, David. David and I apparently are having some kind of feud. He left this message on my machine.
So what is this?
What is
David,
that?
did you not want to appear with him tonight?
Norm,
Come on, David. Tell us.
I wouldn't pay $300 to have my hair blow dry to be treated like this.
No, your hair is great.
Do you feel, David, that the star spotlight has been taken away by you, by McDonald tonight?
No, I don't mind. It should be.
Oh,
Norm's my buddy. Norm's one of the best guys out there. I've been watching this whole show, laughing my head off. I don't think Larry knows that Norm's a little kooky. And he's got some funny stuff to say.
What do you make of that? He's accusing you of not having all the marbles.
Good Lord.
Are you shocked?
Not having all the marbles? I'll tell you something about marbles. I haven't seen a kid playing marbles for years.
China Syndrome is a great rental.
He's doing my column now. Okay.
Of all the colors, blue is my favorite.
Stop that.
Okay. Where is John Stamos?
When are you two going to work together? Why don't you do a movie together?
We'd love to. We've been trying to for a long time, right, Dave?
Yeah. Norm's one of the few super funny guys out there that I'm trying to keep up with. He's a blast, and whatever show gets him next will be in great shape.
Well, David, do you think he's going to do a weekend update on the new Howard Stern show?
It seemed like that's what you told him. So.
It seems like that to me. I don't know why he's in some sort of denial over this.
Norm's a little tricky, but he's in demand, so I think they'll have him if he wants to do it.
Maybe Meet the Press will ask you to do it, and he'll come back then.
Meet the Press would be great. Tim Russert, right?
Yeah, you and Tim.
Me and Tim would be a great...
load of laughs.
You guys lost me.
He doesn't know who Tim Russert is.
Anything about Tim Russert.
He only knows supermodels.
I get blank stares.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, Larry, you live next to me in Beverly Hills now. You knew Clampett. You're right next to me.
Clampett.
I just heard you're going to come by
Don't give the address.
We're going to I know where you are. You're by Nate and Al's. My house has a water wiggle out front, and you're going to have to come by and hang out with me.
What is that?
What's a water wiggle?
That's his thing for a supermodel.
What an idiot. You're going to be part of Neighborhood Watch with me, and you're going to hold up your end. I don't care if you're out of town a lot.
Where do you live, Norm?
I live in New York City.
Here, the Gotham.
Yeah, the Big
town.
Apple.
But I've seen you in L.A.
Yeah,
I saw you with
interesting.
Chris Farley in New York.
Yeah, it's
In LA.
Los Angeles, me and Chris Farley.
Yeah, his story doesn't check out, does it, Larry?
No, so you
It's
do
got
live
some
in
holes in it.
I live
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
good observations, Spade.
I'm bi-coastal.
Get it out, Norm.
Bi-coastal, yeah.
Bisexual.
No, what are you doing,
No, I'm
Spade?
kidding. I'm
We've had lots
kidding.
of admissions here tonight. Do you ever miss Saturday Night Live? Both the same question for both of you. David.
I miss hanging out with Norm and some other people there, but I don't miss how hard it was. It was a good 6-year run for me. It was
But
fun.
you don't miss doing the show.
I miss it in pieces. I'd like to host it, but right now, to do it every week is I'm too old now.
Norm?
I've only been gone like 1 week.
But you, unlike David, you were fired.
Yeah.
So distance is quicker to have. Do you miss it? All right, did you miss it last Saturday night? Did you watch it? You're stumbling.
I tell you something. I don't. Where I live, I don't get Saturday Night Live.
You know what, Larry? They showed.
I watch Saturday Night Live, but I don't get it.
Norm was at home
hey,
with.
Stop stepping on the joke.
I don't know. I
Me
can't.
and Larry are doing a little vaudeville here.
I'm 2 minutes behind you on a tape delay.
David, what were you going to say?
I just heard the Siamese twins thing. No, I was saying that Norm sits home and there's just montage music and you hear the road is long, and he's watching 6 TVs in his house.
I used to, when I did the show, I'd always take off right after updates so I could watch the rest of the show at home. You know.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, they want you to stay till the end so you can wave, because everybody waves.
You're not a waver.
Well, it's odd because sometimes the show sucks, and then at the end of the show, you're out waving like a jackass.
But Norm, sometimes at the first 3 years I was never on and I had to count that as a sketch.
David, thanks very much. Norm, thanks very much.
Thanks, Larry.
I want to thank
Thank you,
Larry
guys.
King for hosting this earlier.
Yeah, Larry
Very
was
good.
great.
Thanks for joining us. See you Monday night. Good night.
No, just thinking, you know, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, you know, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, you know. I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, an old man, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that in some corners is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right,
Yeah.
It's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is, you know.
Curtis Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute until it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awful.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
If you're gay, He's a completely straight guy. He gets a lot of ladies. You know that about him with the ladies.
Don't say ladies.
Women, girls.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, what are we, fucking on an FM station here?
He's Don Cornelius.
But these gay guys, man, I was reading, you know about the...
These gay guys.
I haven't even said hi yet. All right, tell me what it is with these gay guys.
I know, I'm already.
I just read this thing about the Michael, George
You're reading
Michael.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a little time off. Now I read the newspaper. And this is really strikes me about the gay community. I don't know if they're a community, but
called West Hollywood.
Yeah, they're gay, and it's, you know, George Michaels. He hangs around the bathroom. He has sex with multiple guys. This is
no way. You got to get it right. Hangs around the bathroom, and it was described as a lewd behavior, but I don't remember sex with numerous guys.
Well,
is that what you took away from it?
What does he do?
What were you, in the next stall?
I could have been just having a nice bathroom regular thing.
I don't know what lewd behavior is, but I don't know that he was in there with numerous guys. But anyway, go ahead. We get the gist of it.
This is definitely a gay thing, like, because this is a pop superstar. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, ah, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous pop...
What was she doing? Some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do. But
good to know that primetime exposure is paying dividends there.
But I think that's what it is. It's that the gay, that's why they have separate bathrooms. Let's face it. If they had women and, you know, women, as you call them, I call them ladies. If you had them in the same bathroom, like you go in the bathroom to do your business, see a man about a dog there, you know, and you're in the bathroom. You're in the bathroom. All of a sudden, a beautiful lady comes out. Oh, here's my vagina and breasts. You're going to be hanging out at that bathroom a lot. So I don't blame anybody for anything.
Can you believe Olmeyer didn't get him?
We're all the same, man.
Have you ever met Olmeyer since then?
Don Olmeyer I met once, yeah, after he fired me.
Yeah.
Then I went and visited him in his office, which it wasn't an office I've never seen. It was like a wet bar and a bunch of weird sports trophies. He's a big sports guy, you know.
Yeah.
So he explained it to me what happened, but he did it all with sports stuff, you know. Like you said, man, you see, you're the number 3 hitter, but now you're going to be number 8. And then later on, Ken Griffey will show up. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And then I said, well, Christ, man, what the hell am I supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, just walk it off, you know. And
I'll put it in sports terms why you got fired. You were fucking with OJ too much. That's exactly why you were fired, man.
Well, I don't know.
That's his buddy.
Yeah, it's his buddy.
Yeah, well, that's why you got canned.
OJ's a good guy. I mean, he's not...
Well, we got to end on that, Normie, but there's what they'll remember you by. OJ's a good guy.
Man,
Thanks for coming on. Norm MacDonald and David Spade. Stick around.
You know, on your last show, I came out as a deeply closeted gay man.
Yeah.
And I'm not gay. But David, on one time, this is a true story, and David, you'll attest to this, bought me a beautiful leather jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Well out of my price range. Now, I'm no one to take charity.
You're doing like a Mark Twain one-man show. All alone in the back. What do we got? I'm not one to take charity.
I'm saying I sucked him off.
Surprise ending.
You're making me out to be Hal Holbrook over here.
It's amazing how, like, some of your friends, like, you know, seriously, like those guys who came out of Saturday Night Live, like Sandler, you, Chris Rock, There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are like real big
Everyone's
players.
doing Norm got his own TV show.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
Do you hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In L.A., I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, well, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. Like, I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny. I love him, too. And he has a gambling problem, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling us how
secret,
he was all excited that he had $80,000. He won $80,000 in Vegas, but he had lost like $100,000 on basketball.
Right, and that's on nickel slots. That's how serious he is.
Did you always know he had a gambling problem?
Mm-hmm.
You did. When did you know that? At Saturday Night Live?
I first knew he had a pee in a bottle problem.
Right.
Remember that? You always talk about
Yeah, it's
that.
great.
And then I knew.
Does he still save his urine? Do you know?
I don't know. He used to put it in Ziploc baggies, sign it, and send it to fans.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But he did. He would take, after Saturday Night Live, they give you a car, a limousine, if you want to go to the party, and he would take it to Atlantic City.
Really?
He's a hard ass. He's hardcore, dude. I
know he'll even get into fist fights.
And then he'll stay at a table for hours and hours.
What do you think of that?
I feel lucky.
And then you don't even know if he's married or single. It's never really clear.
I don't know, but I know girls like him. He's when you're that something's that wrong, they pick up on it and like it.
They like the tragedy of that.
Fixer-upper, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make him a regular guy.
Right, but it never worked.
Because David always wore like cool jackets to get girls or whatever.
Did it work? Behind the scenes of it.
Yeah, David gets girls like crazy.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah, like insanely
Name one.
beautiful
It's
girls.
because funny guys are attractive. Yeah. Funny's hot.
You've done a lot of impressions. Funny.
Most
Look at him.
awkward
He's like,
come
really?
on I've ever heard in my life.
All I can say for sure is this, that it works this way with women. If there's one dude who beds a Kardashian and a Paris Hilton, he'll then get to, and a Lindsay Lohan, he'll get to mow through other Hollywood hot chicks.
Like David Spade is that guy.
Yeah, David Spade is that guy.
And I would say he's more, because Warren Beatty was always the gold standard, but Spade doesn't have the looks of Warren Beatty.
He's the aw shucks rapist.
Rapist?
Well, I don't know why you brought up rapist.
My Lord.
No, what
God.
I'm saying is Spade has quietly mowed through the entire bevy of blondes in this town, but he does it in a sort of unassuming way.
Yeah, Spade is an interesting character because he's outside of Hollywood. He makes fun of it, and yet he's deeply inside of Hollywood.
Balls deep, a lot.
Yeah,
many would argue.
No, but he'll be on red carpets, and I went out with him one time. He's like, "Let's go to a bar." We go to a fucking bar, and then people let us in, which is horrible. Like past everybody,
right?
You go, let those guys in.
Yeah, there goes Spade and his bodyguards. His haggard bodyguard.
He's haggard, is right. So
you and David Spade
that you like it.
are walking into a bar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was saying that?
Yeah.
So we go into the bar, so it's packed with people, and I don't like a lot of people now. And then you get a little fucking plastic drink, and you drink it, and then Spade goes, let's get out of here. And I'm like, what? And I don't even want to be there, and you're an inch from somebody's face. And so then we go to another bar. He does the exact same thing.
Right.
Let's get out of here. So he just goes places and exits.
But I think there's a power. I think there's a certain power in leaving.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Yeah.
But with women, he plays the long game. Like he's always texting them. He doesn't bed them the night he meets them. Like a year later.
Right.
But he's got so many on his.
Fucks them in the bathroom. Yeah, but not on a bed. Never on a bed.
Wait, no.
I hear what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines.
I can't talk about Dave. Now it's going to sound like I'm saying that about David.
No. What he does is he quietly, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. If you had a list of the famous coxmen of the town with the Warren Beatties of the world and the Wilt Chamberlains and stuff like that, somewhere in the 13th spot would be David Spade.
Absolutely.
And everyone would go, how do you get on this list? A cute little blonde guy?
I
What
put
are you
him
talking about?
way farther up than that. Way farther up. I'd put him maybe number one.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In terms of sheer numbers.
Quietly goes about his business.
Yes, he does. And
until we start talking about it.
I know we shouldn't. But he's very self-deprecating about it. But he also, he knows everything that a young girl knows. Like that beautiful 20-year-old. He can talk to them about keeping up with the Kardashians and
right.
Whatever the hell.
Right.
And then, if I try to talk to a young girl, I go, "You ever watch Matlock?" It wouldn't work. But he has the same exact interest that they do.
Yeah.
So it really works,
Yeah.
Did you ever, what about these comedians that have some goddamn horrible affliction and then come up and talk to you? You ever have that happen to you?
On stage or in life?
No, off stage. So some multiple sclerosis or muscular dystrophy, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they roll over to you and makes you feel
not easy.
Uncomfortable, and it hurts timing. It's a hell of a thing, huh? But when you get a guy close to you like that.
Yeah. I don't excel in those type situations.
No.
And I feel very bad about myself.
Sure.
Maybe more than any other time. Is when I'm dealing with someone with an affliction, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed. If you're walking down the sidewalk and there's somebody coming the other way in a wheelchair, do you have a look, or do you no, I'm going to act normal. I'm sure he wants me to act normal. What do you do?
Well, I look at the guy and I hope to God my face isn't making all kinds of twitches.
I like to hedge my bets. I don't want to ignore him, so I'll look at him, but I'll scowl or something.
Really? It's the same joke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Can't do the same joke twice. Yeah, that's a comedy rule right there. Just shattered.
Like I saw a one-woman show once by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And,
just one?
Yeah, only one. And she was like, "Well, my mother had breast cancer, and now I have breast cancer." And I'm like, well, it's everybody. Like, they think it's so special when everyone gets cancer and dies. That's
not great. What if we just ended the podcast?
But it's almost like the height of narcissism to think that you're going to you're going to be so brave as to talk about it in person,
right?
Whereas all you're doing is just garnering sympathy for yourself.
Well, I guess that's true.
How is that brave? It seems cowardly to me. It seems much braver to me. Like, I remember Richard Farnsworth was an old character actor, and he did a David Lynch movie called The Straight Story, and riddled with cancer, his last movie, and very frail. And it's a fantastic movie if you ever get a chance to see it. It's not a style, because I'm not really that big a fan of what's his name?
David Lynch?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I don't understand weird stuff. I'm like, huh, what? But this one is a straight ahead story. You think. I call it like a hard G. It's G rated.
Okay. It's hard G.
I call it hard G. Because the second time I watched it, I'm like, whoa, I understand it all of a sudden. Well, you got to see this movie.
Okay.
And if you watch it closely, there's hellish things going on underneath the surface of what looks like a quaint story. It's based on a guy who, in actual real life, drove his riding lawnmower across the state to visit his brother who was dying. So anyways, the point of it is that Richard Farnsworth was nominated for an Academy Award for the movie. And if he had said he was filled with cancer, he would have won for sure.
Sure.
But instead, he didn't say it. And in fact, no one knew it. His family didn't know it. He kept it from everyone. And then he was a stuntman before he was an actor. He did what they call a stuntman's death, which is you put a shotgun in your mouth and with your toe you pull the trigger and blow your head off.
Oh my God.
And so
That to me is courageous. Like, you're not being a burden to your family. You know, they know nothing about it, and then you're gone.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
And then tow in the shotgun.
Yeah, and you know, they write him. He wrote a nice letter to everybody, you know, in the family, and said that, you know, he didn't want to. The reason he did it is he didn't want to cause people distress. So I thought, wow, how incredible! Like, how many
To just
people
go through
could
it
do
alone.
that? Yeah.
So you don't think
to go through it alone?
You don't think you would write confessional? Like, you didn't talk about any of the gambling stuff in your stand-up, did you? Like, was that
stand-up? No, never. I never talked about me, really. You know, I talked about universal me. You know what I mean?
Right.
That I was afraid of death, or that, you know, that kind of thing, which is this was something that everybody is afraid of, you know, and so things like that. That it was me, but it was everybody.
Sure.
I wasn't pretending that it was a specific ailment that I had, and if I had a specific ailment, and possibly I do, you don't know.
I don't know.
But I would not talk about it. I would not. I hope that I would not discuss it, and just try to benefit monetarily.
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fit poison my.
I also loved that I found out that he died after he died, because to me, show business, we're here for you. You're not here for us. Now, I'm not judging anybody, but there are people who, you know, whatever they're going through, they share it with the audience. Sometimes the audience loves that. I've never been in that camp. I'm not here to burden you. I'm here to lighten your burden. So the fact that Norm, now I didn't know about this, nobody knew about this. Good one, Norm.
Visitors to New York's Times Square this winter are in for a bit of a surprise. Crazy people will be shooting at them. Well, New Yorkers were asked in a recent survey what they thought of the new slicked-back hairdo Princess Di displayed on a recent trip to the city. 38% of New Yorkers approved, 45% disapproved, and 17% said, "You stopped me for this? Now I'm going to shoot you." Well, crime is down nearly 20% in New York City, with only 384 murders so far this year. Only 384? You know, if you ask me, that's still 307 too many. That's right. Finally in the news, what is America's most honest city? To find out, a team of sociologists left 10 wallets filled with cash on the street in various urban centers. In Atlanta, 7 of the wallets were returned. In Seattle, 9 of the wallets were returned. But not surprisingly, in New York City, only 1 of the wallets was returned. Empty and shoved up some dead guy's ass. Well, after a 15-year absence, the New York Yankees are back in the World Series. And some New Yorkers have come up with a novel way of snagging those hard-to-come-by tickets. Murdering guys with tickets and stealing them. Police in New York investigating the deranged homeless man who attacked a girl with a hypodermic needle have made a shocking discovery. He's Mickey Rourke.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still in line.
Everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well,
I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things, but he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, you know, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, for me especially as a black man.
It was like he was kind of like the Bob Dylan of comedy. He was doing lyrics and words and phrases that nobody else in comedy was using. And it wasn't that he told jokes as much as just told stories in a funny way and had a just funny inflection.
He said from the beginning in '93 when he did stand-up, he would call the TV the TV.
The TV.
Who else do you know who says the TV?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Bob Dylan.
Right.
Because I got to meet Bob Dylan once, and I was backstage with our guitarist Jimmy Vivino at a Bob Dylan show, and suddenly I got literally like pushed into a room where there was some, heavy-hitting people in there. I did not consider myself, nor do I still, one of those, but I got pushed in, and I got kind of shoved to the front of this line, and there's Bob Dylan. And he looked right at me and he went, I know you from the TV. And I remembered that in my head, like he calls the television the TV with the emphasis on T. And then Norm, all these years, used to say, it's the TV.
Now, Norm is a giant Dylan fan.
I didn't know that.
Enormous Dylan fan. And sometimes in his material, I feel like there's...
I think that's just Minnesota and Canada. Bob Dylan's from Minnesota.
Yep.
So you're hearing a guy from Minnesota, and you're hearing a guy from Canada, and you're hearing just a northern North American, the TV,
Right.
Because that Canadian guy also says, like, I'm not a hobo, I mean, those are all old, crusty white manisms, very Canadian, very upper northern, U.S.
Well, here's an interesting fact, and I don't think it's been out there publicly, but Dylan was a fan of Norm's and invited him to his house.
Oh, wow.
And Norm was at Dylan's Malibu house for like 2 days.
Wow.
Wow. Spent the night.
Slept there.
Wow.
And
you want coffee?
What do you want to watch on the TV?
Who wants
I don't
waffles?
know. What do you want to watch on the TV? Let's both watch the TV. Finally, I found someone who says it right.
You want to play volleyball?
But he told me about this, and it was an interesting experience. But he never talked about it publicly, which shows you, first of all, what a thrill that must have been for this guy who grew up a Dylan fan. But he talked about almost everything. Ask Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
He didn't keep much secret, but he never really talked about Dylan, and it just shows you how much he did.
Right, he didn't trade off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other comedian could have turned that into like a whole special, but yeah, you dirty dog. He called people with that you dirty dog. Yeah, like what? What is that? Who talks that way?
And I'm just an old chunk of coal, and I like Merle. So I was there for Merle, but I stayed for Bob Dylan, and he was kind of it was like you were saying, you couldn't understand what songs he was singing. And but anyways, halfway through the concert, all of a sudden, because he doesn't talk to the audience or something, all of a sudden he started talking to the audience, and he said, Ringo, 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 about 45 times. So everyone was sort of in shock. And finally, a light went into the audience, and it was Ringo Starr was sitting there with some lady. And then he's all uncomfortable. He's like, Ringo. So he said it about 12 more times.
Did you meet him?
Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. What happened was, I was going to finish my Ringo story.
Oh, I'm sorry, Norm. I'm sorry. Ringo.
Ringo. So anyways, he said, Ringo, like a whole bunch of times. And then he said, any songs you want to hear, Ringo? And then Ringo Starr said, I don't know, Do you know any Bob Dylan songs
Do I?
for this story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so name one.
Tangled Up in Blue.
Yeah, so he said, Ringo goes, well, how about Tangled Up in Blue? He goes, I already did that one.
He just didn't understand that he was doing Tangled Up in Blue.
No one understood anything. But, yeah, I did meet him, but I don't know him because I'm in the country. I'm into outlaw country.
I went and saw Bob Dylan in concert, and he just has complete contempt for the audience. Yeah. And you can't even understand the fucking songs. But Ringo Starr was in the audience. Uh-huh. So Dylan, recognizes him, halfway through the concert. Yeah. He just stops the song, and he goes, Ringo! Ringo! He just keeps saying Ringo. He said it about 9 times, right? So finally, a spotlight goes on Ringo Starr. Yeah. And he's all embarrassed and everything. He's like, Ringo, what's up? He's not even on stage, He's just talking to Ringo Starr. So, but everybody thinks it's pretty cool. Yeah. So anyways, finally, Dylan, snaps at him. He goes, I got to go back and do this thing. He called it a thing. He goes, I got to go back and do this thing. He goes, any song you want to hear? And then, Ringo Starr goes, Maggie's Farm. And then he goes, we already did that one. And everyone was fucking laugh because you literally can't recognize his songs. Right. But I understand what he's doing because it's let's say you told a story to someone, and then the guy said, hey, tell it to this other guy. Then you're going to change the story because you're not going to say the exact same words. You feel like a jackass. So that's what Dylan seems to do in his art. Yeah. He goes, yeah, I'll do the song, but I'll change it all around, mess it up, see what it sounds like. I was just thinking, Bob Dylan plays the guitar, right? You're a musical guy.
A little bit, yeah.
He plays the guitar, and then he plays the harmonica. The harmonica's around his neck, so he'll play the guitar, and then he'll go into the harmonica. Man's considered a genius, I think, by everyone.
Yeah.
In and out of music, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's beyond music in the same way that Ali
a poet.
is beyond.
A poet.
Yeah, he's a poet.
Yeah.
He's our poet.
Like Muhammad Ali, who was also a poet.
Ali, yeah. So anyways, but the thing is, he plays, what I'm saying is he plays the guitar and then he plays the harmonica, and that's a very talented man, you think. But then, if the guy puts cymbals between his feet, if he's a one-man band, then they're like, look at that retard. He's way more talented. That guy's way more fucking talented. He does 8 at the same time.
Where did that come from just now? I mean,
I don't know. We were talking about doing 2 things at once.
Right.
Chance to be free. If you wanna keep your glow, even if you have to go, like a blossom living free. If you chop it off, you'll keep it for a while, then it dries away. The shades will fade, no matter how hard you.
Now, Norman, you're an inventive guy. Which of the current batch of inventions has tickled your fancy? What do you like?
Henry Ford just invented the assembly line there,
Right,
you know?
yeah, I heard
and
him.
that was good because he wanted, you know, not just rich people, but anyone to drive over and see his cock.
Well, is there any other one that's caught your fancy?
There's Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
You know, he invented the telephone.
Right.
So he could call people up, tell them to come on over and see his cock, you know, because he was tired of yelling it out the window. So, hey,
theme developer.
check out my cock.
So, Norm, I hear you just got back from New York City. What's happening in Gotham?
Oh, my God. Well, the big thing is the new Empire State Building. Have you seen this?
I've heard. I have not seen yet.
Oh, it's crazy. What I'm interested in is the original architect's blueprint, you know?
Yes.
It called for the building to be painted flesh tone, Dennis, with a large rounded head so the architect could lie on the street and pretend he had a 1,000-foot cock. Frank Lloyd Wright, more like Frank Lloyd Cock.
So, Norm, tell me, what's your take on this whole Cold War thing?
Well, my brother works down at the UN, right? And you remember last week when Khrushchev was banging his shoe on the table?
Crazy bastard.
Yeah. So my brother was sitting beside him, and Khrushchev, like, he accidentally slips, and my brother gets hit right in the cock.
With the shoe?
Yeah, by Khrushchev's shoe. So my brother turns to him, he says, "Hey, you hit me in the cock again, you dirty commie, I'll bury you."
So what's been happening, man?
Oh, man, I dropped acid the other week. That is bizarre stuff.
Really?
Yeah, my cock started singing to me. Not like Joe Cocker.
Stood for something other than just being Mexico's bitch. I say if President Clinton 296 doesn't snap us out of this downward spiral we're in, we dump his gay ass. Next election process, we clone Jesse Ventura again, bring him back. Hey, Norm.
Hey, you know what I think they should put on the dark side of the moon?
What?
Vast fields of bioengineered hydroponically grown cock. Yeah, you know, like a backup supply just in case our earthbound supply of cock might run out one day.
No cock tucked away for a cocky day.
Exactly. Look at my head, man. It looks like a cock.
It does.
Cock. 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 That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.